Welcome, soul family, and it's day 3, and it's all about the element of water, flow, and intuition. And yesterday, as we know, was Thich Nhat Hanh, and we rooted ourselves in the earth, just learning to be resilient and finding our stability in the present moment. We also practice grounding ourselves in our bodies to withstand the mind's inner storms. So today we move from the stillness of the earth to the dynamic movement of water, and we will explore the wisdom of the 13th century Persian poet and Sufi mystic Rumi. What an incredible man he was. Jalāl ad-Dīn Muhammad Rūmī, known simply as Rumi, and he is one of the world's most beloved poets. He was a Persian scholar and theologian whose life transformed after meeting a wandering dervish named Shams-i Tabrīzī. And this encounter shook him out of his intellectual life and into a state of ecstatic spiritual devotion. So Rumi's immense body of work is a passionate and profound expression of divine love, oneness, and the yearning of the soul to dissolve the separate ego and unite with the divine. And that in itself is so important, isn't it? To separate that ego and unite with the divine. And his teaching inspires the Mevlevi Order, whose members, known as whirling dervishes, practice moving meditation to improve spiritual listening and surrender. So we now know that Rumi's wisdom is like the element of water because it flows, it changes shape, and always finds the path of least resistance in the sea. So he teaches us that our heart is the true source of wisdom, and that intellectualism and rigid dogma can actually be a barrier to truth. So to unlock the deepest spiritual experience, we must allow our emotions and our intuition just to flow freely, just as a river carves its own course. Hey? I think that is beautiful. And if we could just let everything flow, life would be so much easier. So the water element encourages surrender to the emotional currents of life instead of building dams against strong feelings such as fear, grief, or joy. And Rumi invites us to accept them as messengers, allowing them to purify and guide us. You know, water is soft, yet powerful enough to shape a stone over time. And similarly, your soft, vulnerable intuition, that inner voice or feeling, holds a transformative power far greater than forced willpower could ever be. So this day is a practice in dissolving the rigid structure of that ego that holds us back. It's like that little thing on our shoulder. And it's about being fluid, trusting the currents, and recognizing that our truest self is found not in control, but in the boundless, ecstatic, and loving ocean of the heart. So let's see what our journal prompts are today. They're telling you to dive into the emotional flow of your heart and trust the currents you find there. What is my heart truly longing for? And what emotional currents have I been trying to resist? And how can I trust my intuition more and surrender to the emotional flow of my life? Think on that one.